dancing like you've never danced before. Wait beside you at sunrise on a southern sandy shore. I would like to take you somewhere that you've never been before, a place we both can be together, in my arms forevermore. We could walk these streets together, hold each other hand in hand, stay in love this way forever, if you let me be your man. I would like to take you driving on a country road at night, lay on a blanket by the river under the moonlight. Take you dreaming of growing old with me, walking off into the sunset is where we both could be. We could walk these streets together, each other hand in hand, stay in love this way forever, if you let me be your man. We could walk these streets together, hold each other hand in hand, stay in love this way forever, if you let me be your man, if you let me be your man, if you let me be your man.
Well done, guys. Great song.
Thank you.
What's the name of that song? I didn't catch the name of that one.
If you'd let me be your man.
If you let me be your man. Excellent. Is there any kind of special meaning behind those lyrics, or just something that came to mind?
It started out. A song for my wife. She's a dancer. She teaches dancing.
Okay.
So the song started out as a song that I wanted to write. You know, as the first line says, you know, I want to take you dancing like
Right.
you've never danced before, and then it just turned into a whole life story about, you know, the things that I think any guy that really wants to have a good relationship with a woman would want to do with that woman, right? So I mean, it's you know, it's some of my country influence. I listen You know, we're like Donnie and Marie. I'm a little bit country, and he's a lot more
Which
rock.
one's Donnie and which
I
one's
think
Marie?
I'm Marie because I'm the one that's a little more country, and Franco's a lot more rock and roll. So
I've been playing in rock bands since '69, so
Okay,
don't do the math there.
yeah, I was 9 then.
You're not.
I was 9. I was playing in a sandbox, and he was playing on a stage.
Yeah. Well, it sounds great together. You guys play well together, that's
Yeah,
for sure.
thank you.
And what do we have up next? What's the next song? That we got
The
coming
next
up here?
song I think I had down was Right On Up the Charts.
Okay.
It's a song, I was getting ready to go on a trip. My wife and I have been doing a lot of traveling in the last couple of years, and we were getting ready to go on a trip where we were going to drive down to Nashville, and I had a demo tape ready, and or I was going to have a demo tape ready. I hadn't done it yet, and I was going to go down there and just sort of ply my wares and see what happened, and try and play a couple of open stages while we were there. And then we were going from Nashville to Memphis and continuing across the United States right to San Francisco.
Wow.
And then we were going to turn around and come back, and we came back and we stopped in Chicago. So I don't know, sometimes a song seems to have a direct channel as to how it came about, and
Right.
other times it's like a bunch of other things, and this one literally it just seemed to come from thinking about going to Nashville and Memphis and all those other places, and so it just sort of
From a bunch of personal experience.
came from there.
Excellent. All right, well, take it away, guys. Stage is yours once again.
I took a car and drove to Memphis, Tennessee. Sitting in a bar in Memphis, I came to see what I could see. Could I see where Elvis sang songs from the heart, and go on up to Graceland to see his car? I took a plane and flew to Nashville, Tennessee. Sitting with some folks in Nashville at the Grand Ole Opry. I came to see where country music got its start. Rub elbows with the great ones, see if I'd go far. I was gonna hit the big time and catch a rising star. Ride that hit record right on up the charts, right on up the charts. I took a limo ride to see him, big record company man. I hope the songs I wrote will please him, show him who I am. I guess I wasn't what he looked for, I didn't fit their plan. I'll go on home to my town and be my own man. Took a train came back home to my town. My town home to me. Sitting with some folks in my town. Old friends I'm glad to see. 'Cause here I'm Mr. Big Time. To the girl I love the most, she's my hit record, butter on my toast. I was gonna hit the big time and catch a rising star. Record, right on up the charts, right on up the charts. I'm her Mr. Big Time, and she's my rising star. And she's my hit record, right on up the charts, right on up the charts.
Great song.
Thank you.
I'm quite fortunate to have some great artists in here. It's quite enjoyable, and I think the best part is I get this, personal concert at the same time.
We charge you extra.
Yeah, the bill's in the mail. That was sorry, Rising Up the Charts, the song?
Yeah,
going up the charts.
Yeah.
And you can tell I was reading your biography as you're playing a little bit, and you've got Bob Dylan, Neil Young listed as some of your influence, and definitely tell it by the way you write lyrics. You're a great storyteller, and you like to like say tell stories in your songs, which is really nice, and you can tell you love your wife very much because she is a part of some of your songs. She's got a big smile on her face in the back. Then we got time for a couple more songs, if you guys want.
I hope so.
Okay.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah, we'll play all night.
Yeah. Tell Underground Sound is not allowed on at midnight. We'll just let you guys.
Yeah, no kidding. Right?
But no, we'll definitely get a couple more from you. So if you guys want to introduce another song.
Well, I'll sort of tell a little bit of a story behind
please,
this one. It'll be quick.
No,
This next song sort of grew out of an experience that actually it's a Tim Hortons experience. I was sitting at Tim Hortons one night after work, and I don't even know why I noticed it, but I noticed a lady pulled in a white car, and she didn't get out of the car, and I didn't really think too much of it. And then I just happened to be looking out the window, and I saw a fellow pull in beside her in a dark colored car.
Okay.
Now I don't want to get anybody in any trouble, so I'm not saying the make of the car or the color of the hair of the people or anything. But anyways, long story short, she got into his car and they drove away.
Away they went.
They didn't come into Tim Hortons, and who knows how long they were gone. And I would never have thought anything of it, except 2 or 3 days later, I was in that very same Tim Hortons, about at the same time, roughly around 5 o'clock, and again, the same scenario played out in front of me. A lady pulled in, same lady, white car, guy pulled in the dark car, lady got in the dark car, and away they went.
Okay.
And so I just started to think about, and I've been through, at my age, I've been through quite a few relationships. Unlike my partner here, who's been married, how many years did you tell me it was now? 33?
I've been with the same woman for 38 years. We've been married for 33.
Congratulations.
Well, and I can't add all my marriages up and even get close to 33, so I haven't been the best husband and partner, and I'm working very hard to become that partner, and I have the best partner in the world to do that with now.
Excellent.
But anyways, I started thinking about those types of casual rendezvous encounters, and I started writing this song, and I think that where the song came from is that I don't think anybody goes out there looking for that kind of stuff, and the situations that they're in sometimes lead them to seek out, you know, whatever.
Right.
And then the song just, you know, it didn't come right away, but I think there was a lull. Sometimes the song will sit on the table, so to speak, for a little while, and then one day something pops into your head and you remember, oh wow, I could finish that song now.
Yep.
So that was where this one sort of came from. So.
And strangely enough, I have no part in this song.
No. You can sit there and enjoy it just like I do.
Well, we actually, and even the last song there, he just heard some of these songs for the first time this afternoon.
Oh yeah, you just kind of
like I said, we basically play mostly covers out when we play. So
right.
I mean, some of these songs are just songs that I've been working on, and we're starting to work on them together now. So I mean, that's.
Well, you know what? I never would have been able to tell if you didn't tell me that. So that's great. So what's this one?
Every Day at 5.
Every day at 5. All right. You're listening to CKLU sessions right now Beyond the Music. That's Ron Whitman. Enjoy.
Her life seemed to follow a song she never wrote. No one ever told her it had a sour note. Love somehow gone sour. The laughter was all gone. Could again she feel the magic? Had it been too long? Had it been too long? The joy of coming through the door, felt in years, replaced with angry words and looks. You'd seen too many tears. The love they made together seemed so long ago. The steam, the heat, the passion. He hoped again to know. He hoped again to know. They met every day at 5 to the hideaway they drive, seek an escape, to try to feel alive. Would they look forever? Could it be their time to find love temporary? Every day at 5. Now they live together. The song is now complete. Things they thought were lost forever are back and life is sweet. The love they make together brings sunshine every day. Again they feel magic they thought had gone away. They thought had gone away. They met every day at 5 to the hideaway they drive, seek an escape, try and feel alive. Would they look forever? Could it be their time? Find love temporary, love temporary. Find love temporary every day at 5. Every day at 5.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
Yep. I got a question. I see you've been around like, to the music industry for quite a while, and playing around Sudbury. Do you find it hard to to get gigs, or some bands seem to struggle to just be able to even play a show? Do you guys find having difficulty with that, or?
Well, I've been in several bands, and lately it's been difficult for a full band. You know, it's true for a full band, but I guess playing in the duo, we've been getting a fair amount.
We stay busy. We appreciate the places that let us play. I think that Sudbury's a bit of a difficult place to get following going, because sometimes you're in one place and you're not back there for a while. There's a lot of really good acts out there in this town.
There are definitely.
I think as an audience, I think the audience does really well, because if you go to some of the places, one place we play has entertainment Wednesday right through to Saturday, and we know the other acts, and they're all amazing.
Yeah, I have to say that I was just at the Montreal Jazz Festival. International artists all over. I just came back, went to the Northern Lights.
Yep.
And there was local talent that was just as good as what I saw in Montreal.
It just seems to be hard for local musicians, like say, to get their name out there and build a following, and there's not that much support, it seems, for them to actually be able to get to the international level. They have to move away from the city, which is
Well, one of the things that we've seen through the years, and we've both been through all of the bars, and I mean, if you're ready to move around, when we were younger,
right,
when you were ready to move around, you could stay busy and you could make some pretty good coin. The bar scene became a very different scene with the advent of when first the smoking was pulled out of the bars.
Right.
And I'm a big fan of that. I'm not gonna complain about that. But that was a different scenario there for the bars, and I think they lost a lot of patrons. And the real two-sided sword of drinking and driving is that it's great that the message is getting out there, that people don't go out and sit in a bar and listen to a band for 6 hours and try to drive home.
Yeah, definitely.
The downside of that is they're not sitting in the bar for 6 hours.
Sure enough, right.
And so to go into a bar with a 5-piece band, and we understand the economics of it, and if we went in there with a 5-piece band, they would still only be able to pay what they pay us for a duo. So in order to stay economically viable, you have to fire the bass player and the drummer.
Just kind of 2 guitars, that's all you need.
And you know, so I mean that's you know, we're a duo. I mean, some of the guys have gone right down to doing solos and great jobs. But I mean, it's just the scene. As big a city as Sudbury is, it's also a pretty small city.
Absolutely.
And, I mean, if you want to go down to Toronto, you can put a band together and you can stay pretty busy in Toronto. But Sudbury, unless you have something really unique, and what's interesting is that, like Franco said, is that some of the bands we saw this weekend at Northern Lights are only bands when they play at Northern Lights.
Right.
The rest of the time they're all solo guys that have to eke out a place of their own. So I mean, but it's great. It's a great city to collaborate with other musicians because there's just so many. I mean, we sat there and watched Kevin Kloss last night, local. Crystal Shawana, local.
Oh yeah,
Amazing voice. I mean,
yeah, she does. She is a great singer. Absolutely.
Stefan Paquette, who, shout out to Stefan. We just love him. You know, he's so much energy, but just to see the band that he puts around him, I mean, people probably don't really understand how many good players there are in this town.
That's absolutely true.
And it's just, I mean, it's a little imposing sometimes to get around the other people. And that's why we just hide in restaurants and do our thing.
Stay in those.
Or come to a studio where nobody else can see us.
Just hear the voice. Well, yeah, because I've read, like, saying, the economics of the music business has changed drastically, and a lot of bands are struggling just to make enough money at a show to get to the next one. You know what I mean? The money's just not there anymore, and there seems to be a lot more competition now in the music industry, especially with everything being online, like YouTube and everything. Everybody's putting their music out there. That's where before it was like a select few. You know what I mean? If you had a record deal, you'd get out there and play the big shows, but now you don't necessarily need that big record deal, and you can do it on your own. But the thing is, there's 1,000 people trying to do it all the same night. That kind of takes away from, like say, being able to follow great musicians and actually recognize them for the talent that they have.
Well, and I think the scene has changed a lot. A lot of places it used to be about the music, and now I think it's more like, oh, and we have music.
Yeah, it became a background.
We appreciate the opportunities to play. But the scene itself has changed where, if we don't play, they'll get somebody else to play.
Yeah.
And sometimes, not too often, but sometimes it won't even matter if it's a up and coming group or whether you've been playing for 30 years. It's like
it's the same thing.
The same thing. So
it
just is what it is. And I mean, if you don't. What's interesting for me is that I had the opportunity to go down to Nashville and be part of that scene down there, and they play for tip jars.
Oh, really?
So I mean, anybody out there that's got grumblings about what they're eking out as a living here in Sudbury, at least we know going in what we're making.
Yeah, you're promised so much.
I sat there and watch a 6-piece band like in one of the saloons down there. And there was like 7 people in the bar, and the tip jar was pretty empty. I was looking at that thinking, okay, so that divided 6 ways. They're not doing too good. So
it's unfortunate that this becomes that, absolutely. But we got time for one more song.
Yeah, hopefully. So this is the one. This is the Sweetest Thing, which is the one I have ready for release. So hopefully in the next little while it'll be available on iTunes and I've given you're actually getting the very first copy of this song. So
I feel very special then.
So it'll be on CKLU first out of everybody.
It's an exclusive release.
Exclusive release, yes.
So I feel special.
Hopefully, you feel that.
I do. I absolutely do. Here we go.
Sweetest thing I ever knew, being loved by you. this before. I know you never thought you'd see me at your door once more. Sweetest thing I ever knew, being loved by you. Sweetest thing I ever knew, being loved by you. Please don't think that I will ever let you go. I only wish that I had told you once before that the sweetest thing I ever knew, being loved by you. Sweetest thing I ever knew, being loved by you. Well, I know you built your life and your planet was with him. Now that we've come through this, so won't you please just let me in? We can begin to put the past behind the door. You don't have to be a solo anymore, because the sweetest thing I ever knew, being loved by you. Sweetest thing I ever knew, being loved by you. Oh, sweetest thing I ever knew, making love to you. Whoa, the sweetest thing I ever knew, waking up with you.
That's it. Great job, guys. There's that CKLU exclusive right there.
Yeah, thank you.
Premiere of the sweetest thing. That was a great track. He sent me it the other day, got a little preview, and so I was excited to have you in here to play that song. I'd like to thank you guys for coming on.
Oh,
Ron,
thank you. This was
Franco,
great.
thank
Yeah.
it has been a lot of fun. I'd like to thank Black Tie Feather on right before you guys. Is the blast being with them as well. Like I said, your song will be up on iTunes shortly, hopefully.
Yeah,
You'll be
yeah,
able
we're
to
working at that. Yeah.
download the sweetest thing. And you don't have a website or anything just yet? Are you working on
no,
getting something
that's
set up?
that's all in the works. We're old guys, right? So I mean, we still want to send out CDs to people, and
That's
you
no
can send
point.
us something in the mail. Real
Yeah. What's that?
But we're working at becoming a little more affluent with our technology. Franco just got a phone.
Oh, there you go. That's a step in the right direction.
He gave away his flip phone. I think somebody stole it on him or something, you know. But I told him if he came down to Florida with me this year, he'd fit right in.
Perfect.
I still can't get it to ring though. I don't
No,
know.
it's tough. They're complicated
We're
nowadays.
gonna give him the sweetest thing, and that's gonna be his ring.
His ringer, there you go. Can do that for sure. Alright, well guys, again, thank you for coming on. It's been great, and I'm gonna upload the video next few days or so online, and I'll send you a link so you can watch it and maybe share that around if you want.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
That'll go on our new website.
There you go. We can post it on there.
Yeah.
Alright. Thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed what you heard. I'm sure you did. It was some great music, and we'll be doing it again in a couple weeks. That was the CKLU sessions, the start of it anyways. And you're listening to Beyond the Music, right here on CKLU 96.7 FM. This is The Presets with My People.